The Pentagon decided against shooting down a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon that has been seen over US airspace for a few days out of concern about harming civilians on the ground. At a time when tensions are already high, the balloon's discovery strains US-China relations even more. The US has extremely high confidence that the object is a Chinese high-altitude balloon that was flying over sensitive locations to gather information, a senior defense official told reporters at the Pentagon. One of the states where the balloon was noticed was Montana, which is home to Armstrong Air Force Base, one of the country's 3 nuclear missile silo fields. Similar balloon activity has been observed over the course of several years, according to Brigadier General Patrick Ryder, the Pentagon press secretary. He continued by saying that the US had taken precautions to prevent the collection of sensitive data. President Joe Biden was briefed and urged the military to give options, according to a senior administration official who was also not authorized to publicly discuss sensitive material. Because there are dangers to the safety of personnel on the ground, Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Army General Mark Milley and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin cautioned against initiating kinetic action. According to the defense official, the US has engaged Chinese authorities through a number of channels and conveyed the gravity of the situation. The incident occurs right before Secretary of State Antony Blinken's first visit to Beijing, which is scheduled for this weekend and is intended to try to establish some common ground. Beijing and Washington have been discussing about his impending presence despite the fact that the trip has not yet been officially publicized. It wasn't immediately obvious whether Blinken's trip plans would be affected by the balloon's finding. Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning has also said she had no information about the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken's planned trip. Politicians and the general people, according to Mao, should reserve judgment until we have a comprehensive comprehension of the facts. Blinken would enter while bilateral ties between Beijing and Washington were severely deteriorating on issues such as trade, Taiwan, human rights, and China's South China Sea territorial claims. The senior US defense official said the US did get fighter jets, including F-22s, ready to shoot down the balloon if ordered to by the White House. The Pentagon ultimately recommended against it, noting that even as the balloon was over a sparsely populated area of Montana, its size would create a debris field large enough that it could have put people at risk. It was not clear what the military was doing to prevent it from collecting sensitive information or what will happen with the balloon if it isn't shot down. The officials would not specify the size of the balloon, but said it was large enough that despite its high altitude, commercial pilots could see it. A photograph of a large white balloon lingering over the area was captured by the Billings Gazette, but the Pentagon would not confirm if that was a surveillance balloon. The balloon could be seen drifting in and out of clouds and had what appeared to be a solar array hanging from the bottom, said Gazette photographer Larry Mayer. Tensions with China are particularly high on numerous issues, ranging from Taiwan and South China Sea to human rights in China's western Xinjiang region and the clampdown on democracy activists in Hong Kong. Not least on that list of irritants are China's tacit support for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, its refusal to rein in North Korea's expanding ballistic missile program, and ongoing disputes over trade and technology. On Tuesday, Taiwan's scrambled fighter jets put its navy on alert and activated missile systems in response to nearby operations by 34 Chinese military aircraft and 9 warships that are part of Beijing's strategy to unsettle and intimidate the self-governing island democracy. The center line in the Taiwan Strait, which has traditionally served as an unofficial buffer zone between the two sides that split after a civil war in 1949, was crossed by 20 of those planes. Beijing has also intensified its planning for a possible blockade or military strike against Taiwan, which has caused growing alarm among military chiefs, diplomats, and elected officials in the US, which is Taiwan's key ally. This is Anjana signing off. Do like and share this video. For further updates, subscribe to Kaumudy Global.